Hello, friends, creators, writers, cool gals, cool peeps. It's Sofia Wren, and I want to talk about living a calling lifestyle and how you can cross over from being terrifying to being really clear and beautiful. So many years ago, I was in a very terrified place. I was graduating from college and I had a degree in political science, and I realized this is just not me. I don't think this fits. What am I going to do? So I started to just let go because I didn't know the answer anymore. And I started to follow this new way of just living a calling and just doing what seemed right to do, what seemed aligned to do, what seemed like perfect to do. And it's a whole different way of living. And many years ago, I read a book called The Artist's Way. It's a book that changed my life. I recommend it. And what it has you do is it has you use your imagination and has you really tap into your higher self and your purpose and understand what it is that you're here to do by playing around and being playful. So what I started to do was just imagine what would I really enjoy in my life and to stop thinking about how to get there and to just try to think big. And what I realized is the things I really love to imagine are traveling. I really love traveling. I really love helping people, and I love using my creativity. So as I started to imagine, just if I didn't have anything to lose, if I didn't have anyone who would just be disappointed, if I didn't have limited resources, what would I want to be doing? And to just make a list of things and brainstorm and stop being stuck by what's possible. And as I started to do that, I started to just be open-minded, and before you knew it, somebody came into my life who told me, hey, I'm doing this thing and it's really great and it lets me travel and I get to help people and pays pretty well and it's flexible hours, and there's a school right around the corner that does that. And wouldn't you know it, the amount of money I needed for that school was money I had from something else, and it was perfect amount. And that was a sign to me. I was like, I really feel called to do this. This feels good. So for me, the big changes in my life have always been led by a calling, and it's really scary because you're basically giving up control. You're basically giving up sense of safety that you're going to be right in what you're doing, that you do what everyone else in your family is doing or everyone else in your culture is doing, and you have to start to question things. Do they feel right? And you have to really trust yourself, because nobody else is going to know if your inner experience of a calling is right or not. I think some people have a wisdom that they can feel that, but you always have to take everything else people say with a grain of salt. So it's really terrifying not to have that security and not to have that support from other people being like, yeah, you're totally right. I've heard of people doing the crazy things that you want to do, and you're totally right. You may or may not have that, but you have to trust yourself. So I just want to share this because if I hadn't trusted myself 10 years ago, I wouldn't have the lifestyle I have now to be able to follow my calling to go to Japan. And I'm really excited for that. I really can't wait to share more about it with you. But if there's a big change you want to make in your life, or you're just not sure what your new direction is, you have to embrace that scary time of not knowing and letting go and finding your calling and your direction from a whole new direction, from your heart, from your purpose, from your soul, from something else, from those weird coincidences. So that's what it means to be following your calling as a lifestyle.